Good morning, student. Today we are going to begin next topic of state of matter. So we already learned about three states: solid, liquid, and gases. Another two states are plasma state. Plasma state. It is very important for competitive exam. Generally asked in competition, what is the plasma state? So which consists of a mixture of electrons and positively charged ions formed due to superheating of the gaseous state. So what is the plasma state? It is a mixture. What is present in this mixture? Electrons. So mixture of electrons and positively charged ions. Positive charged ions which formed by superheating of the gaseous state. Superheating, high temperature, very high temperature, superheating of gas. When gases are superheated, they form the positive charged ions. So, how the gaseous state is superheated? By the radiation, by the X-rays, by the wave. Okay. So, what is the plasma state? Now it's clear. This is the fourth state after the gas. Plasma state, a mixture of electrons and the positive charged ion which is formed by the superheating of the gaseous state. Now another state is supercooled liquid. Fifth state, supercooled and supercooled solid. Supercooled solid. So what is the supercooled solid? In which the atoms lost their individual identity and condense to form a single superatom. Now it's clear what is the supercooled solid, in which the atoms, when solid is supercooled, in this condition the atoms lost their individual identity. Atoms lost their identity. Individual identity. When solid is supercooled and atoms lost their individual identity and condense to form a single superatom. Condense to form supercooled single superatom, and this is called the supercooled solid. Now it's clear both phases. And now next topic is intermolecular forces. The forces which present between the molecules of the any state, may be solid, liquid, gas. The intermolecular force. Next topic is intermolecular force. What is the definition of intermolecular force? I already told you. The forces of attraction and repulsion between the interacting particles, maybe atom, molecules or ions. Atoms or molecules. So intermolecular force, the force of attraction and repulsion between the molecules or atom is called the intermolecular force. Intermolecular force are weak as compared to intramolecular force. intermolecular force is weak as compared to intramolecular force. What is the difference between force? Intermolecular force between the different molecule, and intramolecular force within a molecule, like intermolecular hydrogen bond and intramolecular hydrogen bond. So intramolecular hydrogen bond present like a covalent molecule, covalent bond. So covalent bond is intramolecular between the molecule. So intermolecular force are weak as compared to intramolecular force, like covalent compound. Now it's clear. Here next is van der Waals force. Next topic is van der Waals force. Van der Waals is the name of the scientist who discovered the three forces. So we will discuss one by one. Van der Waals force. So van der Waals force are the weak force of attraction between two non-bonded atoms. Of all atoms, molecule, all ions, when they are close to one another, like helium, neon, argon, all neon noble gases have van der Waals force of attraction. So van der Waals force of attraction is very weak force, okay, but it is strong as compared to hydrogen bond. So van der Waals force is very weak force between the non-bonded atoms, molecules, ions. Now there are different types of van der Waals forces. First force is dipole-dipole interaction. So what is the van der Waals force? What are the type? Dipole, dipole, dipole-dipole interaction, dipole-dipole force. Dipole-dipole interaction, what is dipole? Dipole means those molecules have two poles. Two poles means positive and negative. So those contain positive charge and negative charge is dipole, polar molecule, and it have dipole moment. So we already discussed about the dipole moment, mu equal to E into D. Charge of one atom and distance between the molecule is called the dipole moment. Now, so dipole-dipole interaction means interaction between two dipole, one dipole and second dipole. So interaction between the molecule, dipole-dipole interaction is called. It's also called the Keesom force. Dipole-dipole also called the this is the name of the scientist, Keesom force. Keesom force, who discovered this force, Keesom. So its name is given and the honor of the Keesom. So it's also called the Keesom force. So what is the brief description of this force? Now we will discuss. Dipole-dipole interaction, dipole-dipole force. Yeah, this force present between the polar covalent molecule to which have permanent electric dipole moment. Polar molecule which have permanent dipole charge are polar molecule. Okay, like examples, HCl is polar. Okay, H2O is polar. So polar molecule have permanent dipole moment. So the interaction between two dipole is called the dipole-dipole interaction. So what happened in this? Let's see. This is the HCl molecule. Due to the electronegativity of chlorine, the electronegativity of chlorine is high as compared to hydrogen. So it attracts the electron density towards itself. So due to the presence of hydrogen, it gets negative charge and it gets positive charge. What is delta? It is called the delta, and delta is called the partial charge. Partial charge. Do you know the electronic charge? Electronic charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Or delta means delta is the partial charge which is less than the electronic 1 unit electronic charge. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 is the electronic charge. So partial charge is less than this charge and represented by delta. It is the influence. So HCl have positive and negative. What is the now direction of dipole moment? Positive to negative. When HCl close to positive, less electron density, negative, high electron density. When come close to another molecule, what happened? There is attraction and it becomes like this. Hydrogen now positive and negative, it have negative charge. More electron density, less electron density, less electron density, less electron density. So plus minus like this. Compare the plus minus and now this force is called the dipole interaction force. The polar molecule contain this force. This is very strong force among the van der Waals force. So now it's clear. So dipole-dipole interaction. Next point, dipole-dipole interaction energy between stationary polar molecule is proportional to 1 upon Rp power 3. So in dipole-dipole interaction, for stationary polar molecule is proportional to 1 upon R3 power of 3. And between rotating molecule, this is the between rotating molecule energy is directly proportional to 1 upon Rp power 6 times. So R is the distance between the polar molecule. So the existence of this force was discovered by the Keesom. So it is also called the Keesom effect. And it also called the orientation effect. This is the orientation, plus minus again plus minus. If we write Cl here, chloride here and hydrogen here, the orientation is distant. Negative and negative charge is repelled to each other. There is no attraction. So we have orientation effect. So it is also called the orientation. Orientation depend on the direction axis. So it's also called Keesom force. It is also called orientation effect and dipole-dipole interaction. So in interaction between two dipole is called the dipole interaction. Now it's clear all of you. And again, second force, dispersion force or London force. Now the second force, the second van der Waals force is again very important force. The second force, what is the second force? Van der Waals force. Second is dispersion force, and also called the London force, London force. The owner of site is London. Dispersion force. So this force is present between the non-polar molecule. Do you know non-polar molecule have some force, weak force? So they exist in nature. Which force is present between the molecule, non-polar molecule, covalent molecule? So which force is present? London force. You can write van der Waals force. And so what is the dispersion force? Non-polar, covalent. We are not talking about polar covalent. HCl is polar covalent. Okay. So atoms and non-polar molecules are electrically symmetrical and have no dipole moment. Now it's clear. There is no dipole moment. There is zero dipole. There is no dipole moment. Why? There is no pole. There is no charge, positive, negative. So dipole moment is zero. So atoms and non-polar molecules are electrically symmetrical and have no dipole moment because their electronic charge cloud is symmetrically distributed. Because electrically their electronic cloud, their electric charge is symmetrically distributed. But the intermolecular force present between the noble gases, non-polar molecules like O2, N2, C2, H2, due to this, these can be liquefied. We already learned that the gases can be liquefied, noble gases can be liquefied. Why it is possible? Due to the presence of London force. So due to the presence of weak force, they can be liquefied. And the electronic distribution is symmetrical in these molecules. So they are non-polar and dipole moment is zero. Now this force was proposed by Fritz London. Name of scientist is Fritz London. So it is called the London force also. Now these forces are, why these forces arise? These forces arise due to the motion of the electrons. Due to the motion of the electron, it is imagined that at any instant time, the electron cloud of the molecule may be distorted, and so that an instantaneous dipole or small temporary dipole is produced. Why this forces exist? What is the reason? Due to the electronic motion. In all molecules, electrons are moved from one space to another space due to the electronic motion at instant time. It's only imaging. Okay? At instant time, there is distribution, there is unsymmetry present on the molecule, which induce the dipole. This instantaneous dipole or small temporary dipole is produced. One part of the molecule is become positive and another part of the molecule is become negative. And these instantaneous dipole induce dipole in the neighboring molecules. So what, how it is possible? Like the example, we can take any example like H2O2, N2, helium, neon, all gases. Consider the example like this is the A atom and it is positively charged. Okay, this is atom A. Now again second atom B, it is charged, a non-polar, sorry, this is the nucleus. Okay, and electron density is symmetrically distributed. Symmetrically electronic cloud is present here. So what happened when electrons are moved at an instant time, not a permanent? This is the temporary phenomena at an instant time, and it's only imagined due to the motion of electron. It happened like this due to the motion of the electron. Positive density, positive charge, delta, plus and minus. Their electron density rich due to the electronic transition, plus 2 minus. Now it is called the instantaneous dipole. Instantaneous dipole. When it comes close to another non-polar molecule, maybe same, maybe different. Okay, so what happened? It polarized the another molecule, induced dipole. Again positive, negative. What charge here? Positive. Alternate charge. You have to make always alternate charge. Then positive and negative. Negative means electron density is rich, positive, and negative. Now it is induced dipole. So the attraction between these is called the dispersion force, London force. Now it's clear. So next point, these forces are always attraction force, and energy is proportional to 1 upon RT power 6. In London force, it also proportional to 1 upon RT power 6. Now it's clear what is the instantaneous. Instantaneous means for instant time. So it produces for instant time. When this instantaneous dipole comes close to another non-polar, it induces the dipole. When induced dipole and instantaneous dipole, it also called the instantaneous dipole and induced dipole interaction. So what is the dispersion force, London force, and induced instantaneous dipole interaction? So now it's clear all of you. When distance is decreased, when energy is increased, RT power 6 and E proportional to R6. So which factors are affected this force? There are factors which affected the London force. So London force is clear. Is present in this is present in non-polar molecule, in covalent molecule. First factor is size of the atoms and molecules. Okay, we are not talking about the distance. R is the distance. Okay, and size of the atom. When size of the atom or molecule is increased, it means molecular mass is also increased, atomic mass is also increased. When mass increased, what happened? London force is increased, force of attraction is increased. So there is example carbon family, carbon, silicon, germanium. What happened in this condition? Increase. When size of atom increase, mass of molecule is increased, then London force is also increased. Now it's clear, first point. Next, so it's clear the London force is increasing group from top to bottom because molecular mass is increased, atomic mass is increased, size is increased. Second, geometry of the molecules. Second point is geometry of the molecules. Geometry also affected the magnitude of the London force, magnitude of the van der Waals force. The shape of the molecules of affected the magnitude of London force. Like an example, N-pentane and neopentane. What is the structure of N-pentane and neopentane? N-pentane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is N-pentane. Okay, zigzag structure. Surface area is increased. Now, neopentane, CH3, CH3, CH3 and CH3. This is neopentane. You can write like this: CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and CH3. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon is pentane. So this is the pentane and this is neopentane. Its chain structure, zigzag chain, and it's almost spherical. Its surface area is low, its surface area is high. So what affected this? N-pentane and neopentane have the same molecular formula, C5H12. The boiling point of N-pentane is higher than neopentane. This is your question. Why? Boiling point of N-pentane is higher than neopentane because of London force. London force is strong as compared to neopentane because surface area of N-pentane is large and neopentane have surface area is small and it's symmetrical, almost spherical in structure. The N-pentane being a zigzag chain, whereas neopentane is nearly spherical. The overall attraction between the molecule is greater in case of N-pentane and able to come in contact with the entire length of the molecule. So it able to contact entire length of the molecule. So its boiling point is higher than compared to neopentane. Now third factor is, what is the third factor of this? Third factor is number of electrons. So we already discussed when number of electrons due to the movement of electrons instantaneous dipole is formed. If number of electrons is increased, third point, number of electrons. So when number of electrons increase, London force is increased. When number of electrons increase, instantaneous dipole is easily produced, and instantaneous dipole produce the induced dipole. So London force is increased. The magnitude of London force increased due to the increase of number of electrons. Like inert gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. So boiling point from helium to xenon is increased. Boiling point of monoatomic noble gases increased from helium to radon. What is the reason of number of electrons is increase and mass also increase here. So number of electrons when increase, the London force is increased and boiling point is increased. So how to explain the boiling point? By the London force. Okay. In ionic compound, you have to explain by the strong intermolecular force, strong electrostatic force, Coulomb force, but in non-polar molecule explained by the London force, by the van der Waals force. So, helium to radon boiling point is decreased. Now it's clear two van der Waals forces. First, his dipole-dipole interaction, Keesom force, and second is dispersion force and London force. Now it's clear all of you. Have a nice day. Thank you.